Hello there everyone, and welcome back to another video here on the Branthwaite Productions YouTube channel. Now, can I just say, here I am in my festive jumper, and yeah, like I said, Christmas is literally about not that far away now, and here I am sat here in my festive jumper with my lovely snowman themed Christmas jumper on. And like I said, it is starting to get towards Christmas. I'm really excited. I hope all of you out there are very excited about Christmas as well. Now, some of you might have noticed that I'm doing another video here on Branthwaite Productions, another special, video. So if you've not checked out on the Saturday 7th of December, I actually released a top 3 vlogs video. So this is like a mini series I'm actually doing here on Branthwaite Productions. So this video is going to involve me talking about the top 5 Coaster of the Week episodes of 2019. Now, a lot of you will know by now that Coaster of the Week Series 4 has come to an end. Like I said, there's only one more festive episode, which will be online on Christmas Eve. But I'm actually just going to reflect on the series and just, talk about the best episodes, the best roller coaster designs. And yeah, so that's what I'm actually going to be doing in this video. Now, in front of me, some of you will notice that I've actually got a piece of paper. Now, on the back of this paper, I've actually got 5 different episodes that I've enjoyed this year, and the names of the coaster designs that I've actually did for Branthwaite Productions. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to read out the results first, and then I'm going to show you a few little clips and talk about the coaster designs while the POVs are actually running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from number 5 and then go on to number 1, and then afterwards we'll then go straight on to the roller coaster POVs, and I'll take it from there. So at number 5 is Fire Train and Rocket Blast. These were 2 coasters from episode 12. So as I'm reading this out, I'm actually doing the order number, 5 being the least and 1 being the most popular, and I'm also mentioning the name of the coaster and the episode number those coasters or coaster they are from. So at number 4 is Upside Downer from episode 43. That wasn't a long time ago, so that's one of my favourite coasters I've enjoyed so far. At number 3 is ShellShocked and Big Splash. That was towards middle of the year somewhere, and that was from episode 15. At number 2 was The Plunge, and that is from episode 31, which, like I said, not a long while ago. And then at number 1 is Time Travel, which was from episode 26. So these are the coaster designs I've got so far, and what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to jump onto the computer and do a little bit of a voiceover while the POVs are running. So let's do it. So starting off at number 5, which is Fire Train first. So first of all, I'm going to be talking about this little coaster here, and then I'm actually going to be talking about the second coaster, which is also featured in this episode. So this here then is Fire Train. You can see here it's making its way up the lift hill, and then it's actually then going to go towards a bank turn, and then it's going to go up, and then it's going to go through a small alley of fire hoops, which you can see that it's doing now. And then it's going to go down a few other multiple drops, and then it's going to go through another set of fire hoops as well. And then you have a few little drops, and then the ride then comes to a stop, which is going to be doing right now. So that is Fire Train. So next up then is Rocket Blast. It's just mainly a little quick coaster. You can see here it just goes down a few multiple drops, and that's really it. It just makes it a bit thrilling as well, and it is a launched themed coaster as well. You can see it's going up a few little bank turns, then it's going to go down some helix drops as well to make the ride a little bit faster, as you can see right now, and then it's going to make its way down a final drop and then back through to the coaster station, which it has done after that bank turn. So there you go. So that is Rocket Blast and Fire Train from episode 12. So moving on to number 4 now, and the next coaster I'm going to be talking to you about is called Upside Down there, which was from episode 43. So it's not really a long time ago that I filmed this episode. This coaster mainly just features a lot of loops, just to make the ride a little bit more exciting and scary at the same time. I have no idea how many loops I actually used on this coaster, but you can see here it's just gone round the actual loops, and now it's going to go around some overturned loops as well, just to make the ride a little bit smoother instead of having all these normal standard loops that are on the coaster. So yeah, you can see here, nice little quick coaster. It's quite fast as well when it reaches the top of the lift hill, because the track in the station is actually a lift. So there you go, that was Upside Down there. So moving on to number 3 now, yet again it's back to 2 coasters, and here is episode 15, which featured the 2 roller coasters ShellShocked and Big Splash. First of all, I'm going to be talking about ShellShocked, which is a snail themed coaster that I've designed. And you can see here it actually features a crane that actually lifts the snail across from one side of the track to the other. And you can see here, once the crane releases the snail then goes all the way down the remaining track with a loop or 2 loops, maybe 3. Yeah, probably I think it's probably around about 6 loops I've done about there. I'm not sure, probably more than that. I wasn't expecting that many loops that I actually designed. And yeah, the snail just goes all the way round and back to the station. And the loops really created the feel for the coaster as well, which I thought was a good idea to have. And then you have a drop there, and then another little drop there, and then that was ShellShocked. So moving on to the second coaster in episode 15, and this second coaster was called the Big Splash. Now some of you might be wondering, why is it called the Big Splash? Because this coaster, well, it's a water themed coaster, but it only features 1 drop throughout the entire ride. Now the reason that I might have cut this POV a little bit short is because it mainly just started off going around different corners and that, just to make it a little bit relaxing. And then I actually added the really tall lift hill, just to make it a little bit, a little bit scary and fun at the same time. You don't know what happens when you get to the top, and you'll think that the drop is actually there, but it's not. And then I actually added a different corner, which I'm doing right now. And then it will go straight for a little bit, and then once the coaster reaches the last corner, it is then going to go down the really big drop, which I actually made, and I actually really enjoyed it, because 1 drop, that is crazy throughout this entire coaster that I've actually did. And it's actually quite a fast one as well. You can see right now, you can see here, look at the big splash that I've actually done, and that is why I've actually called this coaster. So moving on to number 2 now, and this is the Plunge from episode 31. Now I really enjoyed making this coaster because I actually added a few little water effects to this coaster as well, you can see here. So mainly it's called the Plunge because it goes down a few drops and then goes into some tracks of water below, which I haven't done this yet. I've only done it for the first bit, but I'm actually going to be, it's going to be happening later on. Oh yeah, here you go then. So it goes up this loop and then it goes through a track of water like that. And there you can see here, it's just making its way around. It's just going to go around a few bank turns, I think. Yep, there we go. And then it's going to then, keep going for a few seconds. Goes down a few drops. And then there's a track of water there, and that ends the ride of the Plunge. So moving on to the number 1 episode, and this is episode 26, and this coaster is called Time Travel. Now the reason I actually like this coaster is because I like the way that I actually added the fire hoops at the beginning. So it looks like you're going through some sort of time travel, and when you get to the top of this lift hill, you then go through some smoke tunnels which you can't see, but you can see the coaster coming out of it, and then you go through some walls, and that's mainly it. But you also go through another drop, exactly the same, and there we go. So that was time travel, and I really enjoyed this coaster, and it goes very quick. So there you have it. Those were my top 5 favourite episodes from this year's edition of Coaster of the Week Series 4. Now, can I just say a big thanks to each and every one of you who have watched every episode that went online every Thursday this year, and I'm very proud of this series I have created. Next year is going to be Series 5. It's going to be even bigger and better with more roller coaster designs to talk about. Thank you very much for watching this year's edition of Coaster of the Week, and I'll be back with a brand new series in 2020, and I cannot wait to share even more roller coasters with you then.